guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chanel B. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, babe. Okay, so guys, it's been a while, but you want to know something? I realized that I posted a video. I did not tell y'all Happy New Year's. First of all, don't mind all that stuff over there. I'm still trying to figure out life right now, guys. Let's talk about it. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. 2023, let's get back to it. Okay, we're gonna talk about 5 things that I am planning to leave behind in the year of 2022, and I think you should leave them behind as well, so that we can just flourish into 2023. Like, why wouldn't we, if this is the year of us being that girl? So first things first, the first thing I would want to say that I am definitely planning to leave behind. I am a defender and a protector of my family and my friends, and I've been like this since I was like a child. Like, it's just in my personality to always fight for the underdog. If it looks like somebody in my family is having a hard time speaking up for themselves, I'm gonna make it my business to speak up for them. And it causes me strife, because when I go in and I, speak on behalf of my family and my friends, and I speak up for them, what tends to happen is I'm not supported and I'm not backed in that. So it's just like, hey, this is something you've been complaining about for years, and I finally, got us to a place where, I've let people know like how they're hurting you, how they're this, how they're that. And y'all will not even believe, but a lot of times I am not supported in those things. So it just makes it very hard. It makes it very difficult for me to move on and to like have better relationships with my family, because I'm always in this mode of protection, right? And it's so weird, because having a friend, and the friend is always in need of help, and you're there to provide them the help. But when you do, it's like, hey, you wanted out of this relationship. You said that this guy was doing this and the third. We finally moved on, but now y'all back together. So that's the type of hurt and pain that it leaves me with. And it has me looking kind of crazy. And I literally told myself, because something happened kind of earlier in the year that was kind of like that. And I was like, you know what? Nah, I ain't doing it no more. So the second thing is that what I am leaving behind in 2022 is I am leaving behind dating low quality. I ain't gonna use that whole low value, because that is not my cup of tea. I am in this space right now where I feel like I deserve the best, and I'm working towards that. I'm in the gym every day. I'm eating good. I'm feeling good. I'm connecting with my dad, and like, it's just so many things that are happening for me that are good, that it makes absolutely no sense for me to be up under somebody who is not reciprocating that same energy. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody is perfect, but I want to at least start being more selective of the guys that I'm dating. So another thing that I am leaving in 2022 is I'm leaving behind the fact that I'm leaving behind the idea that I may not be successful. So one thing about it is I am very hard on myself, but I'm not hard on myself in the right way. So you can be hard on yourself and really do what you got to do to make your life better. But I get to the point where I'm the opposite. I get to the point where I'm so discouraged that I do absolutely nothing. And this year, I do not want to do that. I do not want to be stagnant. I do not want to just do nothing. I want to be able to do something. I want to be able to do something. And this year I'm really just going full force for everything. And even though I may be thinking like, oh, this may not work, this may not make me really successful, this may not make me good money, this and that, I'm just like still going for it, so that I can at least, when I do give up, I can at least say, damn, I really tried for a long time, and I really put in a lot of work. I don't really get to see anything through. Like, that's how I am. I don't know where I get that from. I don't know why I'm like that. I feel like it's like I'm like that because of fear, like a lot of fear-based things. But I'm gonna tell you right now, like, that does not work. Like, doing nothing makes the situation worse, as opposed to working through that pain, working through that trauma, working through that hurt. You're still working, right? You're still working. So in a sense, like, who wants to just be stagnant and doing nothing? Like, who wants to be stagnant and doing absolutely nothing? Like, that's just not gonna work. Okay, so I said all that to say, like, this year I'm really going to, no matter what it's looking like, no matter if it's looking funny, if it's looking kind of like I am going to actually keep going this year. That's my motto. Just keep going. Just keep going. Next thing that I am leaving in 2022 and not taking it to 2023 with me is I am not taking unsupportive friends. So I had a friend that I was friends with for many, many years. And I don't want to make this about that at all, but I want to just, show you guys, draw a comparison. I have been friends with this particular person, this particular girl, for many years. I just decided that this year, like, it's just gonna be a cutoff. For like maybe like the last 2 or 3 years, like, I realized that the trajectory of our friendship was changing, but it was changing and I did not know why. Like, no argument had occurred, no, hiccup, no nothing. It was just seeming like she was like drifting away from me and I was like pulling towards her, but she was drifting away. Come to find out, make a very long story short, this friend in particular, she just, and it's very hard. I don't blame her because it is a human reaction. I was moving in another direction than what she was moving from. And what I'm doing right now seems a lot more glamorous than what she's doing. So sometimes when you see people who have all these supporters and all these followers on social media, it makes you kind of forget that this is the girl who you used to live with next door. This is the girl that was dirt poor and had nothing. Like, it makes you forget all of that because you're just looking at it from that limelight. Like, you're looking at it like how everybody else is looking at it. You're literally looking at it like this person is a celebrity and not like, no, this is my sister. People, when social media gets involved, y'all, and she started to drift away, and I just was like, hey, what's going on? Like, I was normal, but she was drifting away, and I didn't realize it until like 2-3 years later. I'm like, listen, something weird is going on. Our friendship is not like how it used to be, like back in the day. It's like, what's going on? And she would tell me that everything was fine, that everything was good. So I finally had like a real sit down with her at a coffee shop, and I'm like, listen, I can tell something is going on. I feel like you're not happy for me. I don't know why. Can we talk about it? And we talked about it. And y'all, I'm not going to even lie. That conversation, that was a whole bamboozle. Because, y'all, why? I was under the impression that we were fine. When we left the coffee house, we like hugged. She cried. And I thought we were fine. And I told her, like, okay, what I'm going to do as a friend, like, what I'm going to do better on my end. And y'all, it is the weirdest thing. I thought we were good. And come to find out, like, in her mind, she was like, she was done. And I hadn't heard from her in a month. And I tried reaching out like a couple times, but it was very like, she would reach out to me like a days later, or it'll be some weird stuff. And me and this girl had been best friends almost 15 years. And it was like weird stuff. And I started to notice what she was doing, and it wasn't cool. Cause I'm like, I'd rather you tell me like you don't think we'll be good as friends right there in my face than to say, oh yeah, we're good, and then you treat me like that weeks later. So I decided, I was like, you know what, I just let it go. So that is one thing that I'm definitely going to leave in 2022. If I'm starting to sense something with a friend, I'm gonna address it, and I'm gonna address it once. After I address it once and like things are still like funny, I'm gonna let it go ahead. I'm not good when it comes to cutting people off. I just don't believe in cutting people off because I feel like everybody has their season, but it doesn't have to be a hard clip of like with scissors. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. This situation taught me that, you know what, address it, pray for the best, but if it doesn't happen, just be okay with moving on. That's really and truly what I'm, trying to get out. Like, being okay to move on from relationships that are no longer serving the purpose, right? And we're so hyper focused on this individualism. That's why I was never, that's another reason why I'm not the type of person who say, oh, cut them off or whatever. Like, I'm not that kind of person at all. I'm the type of person like, oh, try to make it work and things like that, because everybody is putting so much emphasis on do you and it's like, no, you need community. Like, you need friends, you need family around you. Like, anybody else who's telling you something else, you can't thrive with no friendships and no family, no real friendships and family relationships. I just don't think it's necessary. But what I do think is necessary, if you see a problem, you address it. If the need is still not being met, start looking other places for support, new friends and things like that. I'm not saying go cold turkey and cut these people off, but go ahead and start looking elsewhere. Start looking elsewhere and be okay with walking away from the friendship without a full-blown explanation, because to this day I don't have much of an explanation, but at the same time I've outgrown the relationship so much that I'm okay with where we are. And so the last thing I want to tell you guys that I am leaving in 2022 and not taking into 2023 with me is I am taking the idea that I really can't have what I want. So I've been raised in a neighborhood where people who look like me, like women who look like me, black women, aren't really living their wildest dreams, if that makes sense. Like, black women aren't living their wildest dreams. Like, we are very settled at home, we're taking care of home, we're taking care of kids, and we're working our jobs, and that is our life, which is absolutely nothing wrong with it, because I know women who have that lifestyle and they are absolutely happy. But what happens is when you're in a community like that and people tell you that, this is going to be your life. You need to go to school, become a teacher, have your 3 or 4 kids, get your dog, get your house, and, things like that. It kind of makes you feel like that is going to be, It makes you kind of feel like that is going to be your life, that and that only, right? And so, I've had to reprogram my mind so much, and in 2022 I just was really hard. I was just really down on myself, not believing that I can really have the lifestyle that they're saying that I can't have. So the disbelief I'm leaving in 2022. The disbelief that I can have a life full of beautiful things and luxurious things, I'm leaving that life all behind me in 2022. In 2023, I'm walking into that lifestyle, right? It's no more adding pictures of other girls doing it on my like, yes, I'm doing that for motivational purposes, but I'm also about to be my own vacation goals. I'm about to be my own life goals. Like, I'm about to be my own goals, period. You know what I'm saying? And so I really want that life for myself. So because I want that life for myself, I'm starting to change my mind and how I see things and how I can really attain those things and things like that. So my poor mindset I'm leaving in 2022, and my disbelief of me doing great things and living a life full of beautiful, luxurious things, I'm leaving all that in 2022. Because I ain't gonna lie, for the last 3-4 years, like, that has been a thing, like this luxurious lifestyle. But I think we're past the point that, because we've been seeing it so much in the past 2-3 years, I think that if you still want those things and you really genuinely want them, not just for photo ops, but you really, really want them for the experience, I feel like you should definitely have those things. Like, I feel like you should have those things. And you got to start believing that you are worth those things. And that's what I'm going to be doing in 2023. In 2022, I felt like I wasn't worth those things, and I felt like those things were not for me. Girls who were born and raised in the hood like me, those things weren't for me. But now my mind is starting to change. At my big grown age, yes, my mind is starting to change, and I'm starting to say, oh, well, actually, if she had it, I think I can do that. Like, I think I can see myself living this lifestyle, having these things. So yeah, I want to do it. So yes, so those are the things that I am leaving behind in 2022. I really hope that these things really resonated with y'all, and you can start thinking about some things that you want to leave in 2022, so that you can have a better year this year. Like, I am so happy and I am so proud of everybody that we made it this far. Like, I hope in another 3-6 months we are all still exercising, we are all still vacationing, we are all still going to the places and doing the things. And y'all, I'm just really happy and excited that we have come this far. We've come this far, and yeah, I'm so happy. And I hope you guys have a beautiful 2023. I'm gonna be checking in on y'all for sure. Sundays, you can always meet me here, okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy. And if you haven't already, make sure you follow me over on Instagram at IamChanel_B. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so we can have more girl talks. All right, I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day. Bye.